Hey everybody, it's Eric and Pops again. Sorry it's dark in here. I have to keep the doors closed. They're chopping down trees next door again, so it's loud as hell. Oh, it looks like they just stopped.
Want to open it?
Yeah, why don't you pop over there, pop the doors. So what we did this morning, both of them. Just hit them both. No, the big buttons. There you go. Thanks everybody again for all your feedback and comments on this rear end alignment stuff. I did call Ride Tech and Mosier this morning. Mosier said call Ride Tech, so that wasn't very helpful. Ride Tech hasn't called me back, so I don't know what's going on there. But we did try a couple of different suggestions from people. We dropped a bunch of lines down on the car, down to the ground to try and find the center line here. And that was kind of inconclusive, as so much on this car was. So here's the center line right here. So the center line for the rocker in the front is under the tape there by about 1/4 of an inch, which, as we expected, because we think this part of the car is a little too far mashed in there, so that doesn't really surprise us too much. Then I lined up the tape, you can probably see it right there, on the center line of the axle, or sorry, no, center line from here. So over the axle, plumb bob down from here, center line there. So I have the subframe and the fenders here, quarter panel, sorry, center lined. And then when you come around to the back, I took this point right here, and you can see we're off by that much there. So again, which one do you trust? I have no idea. I'd be most inclined to believe this was wrong back here of anything. This, who knows? All this stuff can be off by, I think, 1/4 of an inch easily from the factory. So the center line treatment, I don't know. Should I be trying to split the difference or what? Which is kind of what we did. Subframe is probably correct now. We tried to true that up. So I think this is kind of best guess. So that would say that we have this in the center and that this would be square, because when we measured this, remember, we're not square relative to these two lines, but they're both towed in by the same amount, which would imply this thing is square. So that measurement, if you put the tape where I put it, says that this is square. And then what we just did for the subframe, we went from these mounting holes here to this corner of the subframe and got it square. It was actually pretty true to begin with, which was nice. And then we measured from this edge right here back to this guy, and we made this vertical here, used a level to make sure that was vertical. So that's 95 1/4 inches on both sides of the car. So that tells me the subframe and the rear axle are parallel to each other. It is still not lining up with anything inside the car. Everything's still off by like 1/2 inch in here. I was looking at it again last night. If you raise this up and look at where it is relative to the subframe, it's off by like 1/2 inch. This control arm's still off by like 1/2 inch. So everything inside here says it's off by 1/2 inch or 3/8 of an inch. But wheel to wheel says it's straight. Center line says it's straight, so that's what we're going with. So we're not putzing around with this anymore. We're done. So we're going to drop it out now, get the bracket, that one bracket on the other side, it's just got one tack on it, so we're going to tack that down better, and then get this thing in the box and get it the hell out of here. Alright, we are done. So she is back in the box. I got to schedule a UPS pickup on it, get it out of here, get it on its way back to Indiana. Still never heard anything back from Ride Tech on any of this. I didn't bother calling them back because I think pretty much convinced myself it's in the right place anyway. So we'll find out when we get the car back, get it on the ground, everything's sitting at ride height and everything. We'll take some more measurements and see where everything is. Ultimately, we won't know what's going on with this car until it goes in for alignment, which is way down the road, if we got it right or not. So that's that. I don't know if I mentioned in the other video or not, I did get the replacement stud and the nuts for that thing that came in the mail the other day. So got to fix that still. And that's where we are. So let me show you the checklist. We actually were able to take some stuff off the list here. Got the 4-link stuff scratched off the list. I think I showed this stuff before, I don't remember. Steering linkage, we got that scratched off because that's done. We got that done. So we got this is the stuff left, the repairs we have to do for the busted stuff. That's it. So I think it's going to be probably about 2 weeks before we see that rear end back again. So in the meantime, we'll probably keep working on the firewall. Maybe I'll do the welding up the holes. I don't know. We'll see. And I may jump back and do package tray. As we've mentioned before, previous owners cut out the package tray back there and just brutalized it back here. It's all bent out of shape and dented and everything, so this thing's pretty wrecked. I don't exactly know how I'm going to repair this yet. I have a replacement package tray that was cut out of another car. I may just section in the stuff that's bad. I may replace the whole thing. I don't know. I am planning on putting a subwoofer in here of some kind. So I don't know exactly how I want to do that. I don't think I'm going to mount the subwoofer to the package tray. It's going to be in a box underneath, so I just need acoustic holes in it. So I may just leave it the way it is and then later on punch holes in it just to let the bass out. Anyway, that is going to do it for today. So once again, I want to extend my thanks to everybody who's helped out on this. I got a ton of comments on that video yesterday for this rear end alignment. Lots of good stuff in there. I really appreciate it. I think we did the best we could here. We'll find out down the road someday for how we did, but that's where we are for now. So thanks everybody. Take it easy. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.